And I get to live the dream. Start with opportunity, into opportunity, into time stretch, 8/8 flyer. Take 4 extra turns. Alright, welcome back to another pre-modern video. Today, we're playing Dream Halls, thanks to Phil. Phil sent in a pretty sweet dono here. I've decided to just not change it. I think the list is pretty reasonable. I mean, there are some things I can nitpick about and things I'm not sure of, but it's reasonable enough, and I'm not very familiar with this deck at all. Never played it, never even seen it. But goldfishing was pretty fun. We'll see how it goes. So the basic idea is that you're trying to get Dream Halls into play. And Dream Halls reads that rather than pay mana for a spell, you can discard a card of the same color to cast the spell. So if you have a blue card, if you have Dream Halls in play, a blue card, and Time Stretch, you can then cast Time Stretch by just discarding the card. Which is why we have Loom-Duel's Vault and Diabolic Vision. They're both blue and black, so they can be pitched to either, which can be very useful. And they're very good at setting up and allowing you to find Dream Halls or Show and Tell so that you can power it out. And of course, we do have 4 Show and Tell. We've got some Sleight of Hands for a little more consistency. We do have 20 lands because a lot of times we are just casting it. It does cost 5, and a number of them are soul lands. There's a number of ways you could build this mana base, but like for instance, we just played Doomsday, and that had a bunch of depletion lands. However, this deck is looking to cast more cantrips more often. You're casting Diabolic Visions, Loom-Duels, and Slates, Duresses. And I do think for the most part you'd rather have more permanent mana, but you do at some point want a burst. So 3 is a number that I use for a card when I do want it, but I probably can't afford to draw 2. You know, when you play 4 copies, you want it. It's either so important that you have to play 4, if it's not good that you draw multiples, or it's just something that you want multiples of and draw it as much as possible, right? So that's what 3 tells me. And then Temple is a similar type of card. I mean, you could just play 4 Temple and 4, what is it, like Ebon Stronghold or something? The black version of Temple, that you have both, that you have access to more mana when you need it. But that's a lot of tap lands. You do want to be casting Slight and Duress on 1. So, I don't know. There are different things you can do with the mana base, but I think this is fine. I don't know how I feel about the Ancient Tomb. I mean, it does help cast Dream Halls and Show and Tell. I do, if I'm going to run this card, I only want 1. So, I'm certainly on board with that. Because you probably lose the game if you draw 2 of them. But yeah, once you get Dream Halls into play, now you can just start casting spells by discarding other spells. You can use Opportunity to draw additional cards so you can keep a chain going. You can Time Stretch so you can take 2 extra turns, which does a couple things for you. One, sometimes you don't have enough cards in your hand, and you have, say, a Loom-Duel's Vault or Diabolic Vision, and you have a lot of lands in play, but you're tapped out because you did the Dream Halls thing. You can just take an extra turn. You get to draw a card, you get to untap all your lands, and then sometimes you just cast the spells instead of discarding. And then ultimately what you're looking to do is put a Hypnox into play and take some extra turns. So it's a pretty powerful one. Exiles their whole hand as long as it's in play. And then of course it is an 8/8 flyer. So take a couple extra turns and bam. Now there's a chance you want to be playing Petal instead of probably some number of lands, but Petal's a little bit weird, right? Like, you need a density of blue and black cards to make Dream Halls work. And I do think lands are pretty important, so I could see running a Petal or two in like place of a land or something. I know Death Wish is kind of an experimental thing right now, or at least that's what Phil was saying, I think. But we've got some options in the sideboard for it. We got Recoil, the bounce stuff. I'm sure we'll be bringing these in quite often. Meddling Mage is a pain in the butt. I would probably want Infest somewhere. Not sure how I feel about Parallax Nexus. In fact, I'm going to make that one change. I'm going to play an Infest. I think it's pretty important. I don't know how much some of these, you know, cutesy sideboard cards of the Death Wish are going to come up, but we've got some options. A Rush of Knowledge, draw cards equal to the greatest mana value among permanents you control. So if you have Hypnox in play, you draw 11. Or, of course, if you're ever casting this card, you're going to have Dream Halls in play. So it's at least going to allow you to draw 5. Potentially turning your Death Wish into a draw 5. Although it's only so helpful. You'd have to potentially pitch cast with Death Wish and then pitch cast with Rush of Knowledge. But it's a way to cycle through some of your, like if you have a Duress and a Show and Tell, you can turn those into new cards. So I do like Rush of Knowledge. Rushing River makes sense. The recoils make sense. Mana Severance is interesting. You can exile any number of lands out of your deck. That could actually be useful. Energy Field, I would imagine, is for red. It's a little bit awkward, but I think the idea is you play it, and then you just make land drops for a few turns, and then try to kill them all in one turn. Arcanis is a nice one to put into play if you've taken 2 extra turns. And Persecute's interesting. It's probably too cute. The thing is, this card is only going to be useful. This card is likely to be useful. Well, it's not likely to be useful, in my opinion, right? The time in which you have access to it is probably post Dream Halls, in which case you don't really want discard because you already punched through. I will leave it for now. I'll probably wind up bringing it in like blue matchups, but let's get out there and try to Dream Halls, people. This deck is a lot of fun, so hopefully we get to do the thing. I'll see you in round 1. Okay, round 1 against Teppichporsche. We're going to keep this hand. We have 2 Scaries, which, you know, is not the best, and we don't have any black mana, but we do have a Sleight of Hand, which is nice, although it's probably getting Duressed. It is the best card in our hand right now. I'm not too worried, though. We have a ton of black sources in the deck. We are also working towards casting opportunity. The dream. Not the Dream Halls. They took one of the Limb Duels vaults? And we drew a black source. Okay, I'm just going to play a Scary. I mean, I think that means they have another Duress, and they're going to take Limb Duels vault, which is fine with me. I think I would rather get these depletion lands out, so that if I find a Dream Halls, I can just cast it. I'm just going to play a threat. Sure. Time stretch, love it. Yeah, let's go Scary again. And just pass. That's close, though. You could cast Slight. You can cast Slight off of Scary. You can play an Island instead. I like this. If I draw Show and Tell or Dream Halls, I can try to Sleight of Hand for the other. Or, I'm sorry, if I draw Dream Halls, I'm just casting it. What is this? You can cast it as Zodiac Flash. If you cast it anytime, extra next cleanup step. So you can cast it with Flash as like a 3 damage spell, basically. Otherwise, it's going to deal 3 every turn, basically. That's pretty good. I mean, obviously, it's really bad against removal, but... I guess I'm main phasing this Limb Duels vault. Is that true? I think so. Death Wish, Sleight of Hand. So I need at least the Dream Halls. There's a Show and Tell. No Dream Halls. There's a Dream Halls. Alright, we're not going to pay life. Let's put the lands on top, and then I'll just Sleight of Hand into them as a way to kind of clear them. And then we'll draw and play Dream Halls and try to pop off. They get in for another 5. Discard would still be annoying. It does affect Dream Halls. That doesn't matter. They have 2 cards. Classic nothing. Alright, 2, 4, 5. I will cast the Dream Halls. Let's draw 4. Ooh, baby. Pretty good. It's pretty good. We could time stretch plus Arcanis. I guess it's possible they could kill Arcanis with like Vendetta and Edict. Maybe I don't do that. I think I want a Rush of Knowledge. Alright, well, let's Death Wish. Get Rush of Knowledge. Draw 5. Ooh, baby. That almost does it. Let's go cast this thing. Hit their hand. They have the Edict. They do. It does hit their hand forever. Alright, I'm going to time stretch. Keep the Diabolic Vision. Play Scary out. Go to an extra turn. Think. Play Let's cast Diabolic Vision. These are not great. I was hoping to at least find a fetch. Okay. Grab Limdual's Vault. Play a Swamp. We do have another. We have an extra turn. We have one more. Let's Vault. Oh, there's an opportunity. I'm gonna not pay life. Going to put opportunity 3 cards down. Limdual's. And then go to another, our other extra turn. Cast Sleight of Hand. Grab opportunity. Fetch. Shuffle. 3, 4. Hard cast the opportunity. And we lost. Okay, alright. I probably could have sequenced that better. But I did have some similar issues in my testing with Diabolic Vision and Limduals. They can be good at keeping the chain going. They can also be bad. I was hoping that Vision, because we had a land drop, and if it hit like, no, I guess even finding a fetch would be awkward. Like, it's not great that you have to put the cards back on top. Alright, playing against mono black. Infest is just really good against them. I think Duress comes out. Energy Field is interesting. And Recoil's not bad. Yeah, I think Energy Field could be pretty good. Remember Limduals and a Vision. Maybe a Death Wish. Oh no, Energy Field's really bad because they have discard. Ooh. Well, let's hope we don't draw it. Yeah, I guess I'll keep this. Then mulligan to 5. Infest is going to be pretty good. Or probably gets discarded. Not much use in casting Sleight of Hand. We're just going to get Duressed. Oh, it's Clerics. Yep. I mean, it's all pretty bad against Infest. Well, let's hope they don't rip a Duress. Ooh, played around the port. We take 5. We've got 2 cards. Let's get Swamp. Let's get Swamp. Play Island. And cast the Infest. Hopefully that buys us enough time. Play Swamp. They're going to port our Island. Fine. Diabolic Vision. I think I want to keep this fetch. But I will cast that. Duels, Recoil. Vernal's interesting. Quite costly, but going to take the Sleight of Hand. Time Stretch on the bottom. Draw into Limduals, and then I can kind of make some choices with my Sleight of Hand. Alright, they got double ports going. They're going to port both my blue sources, which is fine. Because now we have Dream Halls mana. No, I'm sorry, we don't, because of these ports, obviously. Yeah, it's fine. You want to take Limdual's Vault. It's fine with me. Draw Infernal Contract. Or I could shuffle it away. It is a little risky. And I can't cast it yet. Alright, we'll let them tap these blue sources first. They should go to our draw step. Shuffle those away. Cast the Sleight of Hand. Oof, both the cards we want. Go and telling a Hypnox is pretty good. Doesn't trigger, but it is an 8/8 flyer. They do have Edicts. I think I still want Dream Halls. But it is close. Alright, they've got a threat. It also means we're only getting ported once. Now if we draw land, we can just cast Dream Halls. Yep. And we did. Let's go. Time stretch, baby. 2 extra turns. Trying to find a black card. We did not. Got another time stretch. We're pretty far away from casting. Take another extra turn. We need a blue or a black card here. Non-land, please. Recoil. That is a blue and black card. What do they have? They had Snuff Out? Yeah, that's not going to do it against us. Now it's their turn. Basically Edict or Bust for them. I mean, if they can find another, like, Shadow Threat or something, they might be able to race. They didn't. And if we draw a blue card at any point, we just kill them. Draw a black card. At least now blue or black card is pretty good. Only we could have a companion. Then the format would be much worse. Alright, we go down to 7. We hit our time stretch with a Duress. Probably fine. Best draws a black card, obviously. We're gonna get ported. Doesn't really matter at this point. Show and tell? Yeah, it's probably worth casting. Good luck. Plays a swamp. They're playing it out. Finish my turn. Oh, no way! They have the... Oh, man! Oh, that card is sick, by the way. It's triple black. Dome your opponent for 5. Lose all your permanents. Wow. We should have been going to game 3. They stole one from us. GG's. See you in round 2. Right, round 2 against Nnoitra. We're on the draw again. I guess we'll keep this hand. Show and tell, get a couple lands. We get a Duress. OP starts on Dark Writ Arena. Pretty strong. Let's Duress them so that we don't get Duressed. More Dark Writs, more Arenas. I guess I'll take the Arena. We are definitely behind here. Maybe I should have just taken Swords. Show and tell Hypnox is kind of looking like a reasonable line here. Oh. Well. I guess still want to be mana efficient and cast this Diabolic Vision. I think I'm taking the fetch land. What do I want in my hand for the draw step next turn? Grab the Delta. I guess I just want another Diabolic Vision. Sure. Alright, they're drawing extra cards. Yes, Duress. I'm probably going to take either Duress or Show and Tell, I would imagine. I'll take the Show and Tell. Rard's Verdict. Discard Opportunity and Death Wish. We're very unlikely to win this, but I think our best bet is still... I wish I had the Show and Tell on top right now, but... I think I go grab the Show and Tell. And then these don't matter because I'm just going to shuffle and take their swords and hope that this Show and Tell situation sticks somehow. But again, it's very unlikely. If they draw a discard spell, that's brutal. They draw Vindicate, Edict, Swords. There's just so many problematic cards. Land plus Hippie is not too much of a problem. And they're at 16, so we've only got a couple of turns to figure this out. They can, of course, jump at some point. So it's a very fragile plan here. At least discard spells aren't good anymore. Swamp is not good for them. Rard's Verdict is not good. They can't attack. Duel's Vault. That is interesting. It's not a bad draw, but it's still unlikely to matter. But it is good against Hypnotic Spectre when it's the only card in our hand. Like, it was probably the best draw, but I don't think the rest of our draws are going to matter either way. Yep, there it is. I mean, they are at 5, actually. That is the Phyrexian Arena in play. But they do have Swords and Gerard's Verdict and Vindicate. They have a lot of ways to either remove the arena or gain life. We have... I did not put the Infest in the main. It's basically Infernal Contract or lands into Opportunity is not bad. Okay. I guess I'll keep these. Put Time Stretch on the bottom. Underground River. Opportunity. Land. And if we get Wastelanded or they Vindicate a land, then we're screwed because Opportunity is going to get stuck in our hand. Then we're hoping that Phyrexian Arena wins the game for us. But I really don't see that happening. Okay, City Brass is not good for them. They have 1 unknown. There's Ancient Tomb. We go to 3. Lamp is not good. We go to 13. And it's going to cast this opportunity. Sure. Let's go get Island. And I'll cast Sleight of Hand. Show and Tell, Diabolic, Vision, getting hit by Hippie. We'll just take Vision. Still don't think it matters that much. In fact, we might even lose as a result of just paying 2 life. But we'll see. Yeah, we get Duress. Maybe we're getting kind of close to time stretch. There's Merrick Fiend. Yeah. 2 Dark Rits and an Unknown. They have 1 more draw step. Figure it out over there. Yeah, we'll cast the Dream Halls. Although it could only be bad for us. I guess I'm technically not supposed to cast this. There's not really a world where it actually helps us. I don't see a world where it helps them, but still. Alright, did you draw Swords, Vindicate, Gerard's Verdict with lands in your hand? Can you target yourself with Verdict? Target player, yeah. I mean, if they've just been playing out, like, they probably shouldn't be playing out these lands, right? I don't know. They're not scooping yet. I think they have a Swords. They're not going to use it yet. They got to use it now, but yep. We go to 3. Limdual's Vault. Okay. Not a bad one. They go to 2. They don't discard us. I don't think I'm casting Limdual's Vault, because that actually makes Dream Halls really good. I guess playing Dream Halls was correct, because in the event that they extend the game, I'd rather have it in play. Alright, let's cast the Sleight of Hand. Another Dream Halls. Not helpful. I'm just going to pass. We go to 1. This game is hilariously close. Imagine if they have to Swords their Fiend and give us time stretch back. Come on, you get 8 cards. You gotta have a play to get out of this. Discard Seal Cleansing, casting Exalted Angel. Sure. Discard Dark Writ, casting Hippie. Okay. Yep, Gerard's Verdict themselves. Gain some life. We go to 4. We go to 3. I'm gonna cast Limduals. Okay. We can time stretch with this. Then untap. Can't cast Infernal Contract. I'd have to take both turns. Then pitch cast Infernal Contract, drawing Dream Halls, land, and 2 unknown. I think I'm actually just gonna look at a different pile. Hypnox. This is really close. You can time stretch. Then draw Hypnox, cast it, and die. So I need a different pile. Okay, here we go. Is it worth Sleight of Handing to move past this land? Like use Sleight of Hand to draw into land opportunity and just take the opportunity? Or do I just want it for the blue card? Draw opportunity, draw 4, and then I can opportunity again. Yeah, it's probably better. Blue card is worth 2 cards. Alright, we might be able to get there. Draw 4. Draw 4 more. The time stretch. We can't Death Wish. We just barely can't Death Wish. So, it's time stretch. 2 extra turns. Turn number 1. Blank. Extra turn number 2. I don't know what we could even draw here. Well, I can Death Wish. Oh, you can just say no. That's funny. Or you don't lose the life if you say no. So close. The game was crazy. Alright, black-white. We're not going to make the mistake of bringing in Energy Field again. Well, I wouldn't want to bring it in this matchup anyways. Play Recoil and Infest. I'm just going to count the Duresses. I mean, it would be nice to Duress on 1, but it seems kind of silly. Like, it feels weirdly similar to just Duressing ourselves when we cast Duress. The first hand was unplayable. This one we'll keep. I gotta keep both Dream Halls because of Duress. I guess it's Hypnox. Infernal Contract could be useful. Alright, let's play out Scary. Hopefully we don't have to contend with Dark Ritual Phyrexian Arena again. Dark Red Duress. Take a Dream Halls. They're gonna have another Duress. Mesmeric Fiend, yep. Yo, got him. Alright, we're looking for Show and Tell. Another Scary would be nice. Any lands are decent. Nothing on the follow-up, I like that. Drew a land. This Dream Hall is only going to do so much. This hand. Discard is really brutal for this deck. Like, even if they're not hitting key components, and you manage to get Dream Halls into play, you just don't have cards in your hand. And then furthermore, black-white, they have ways to remove Dream Halls too. Sahibi? Oh, okay. An angel. Alright. Come on, mana. Come on, mana. That'll do. We gotta hope they don't have Vindicate. Whatever, they have more discard than Vindicate. Although, if they had discard, they would have used it, whereas Vindicate would be sitting in their hand. They also have Disenchant. I actually think I'm supposed to wait. I'm still pretty likely to lose, but I need to, like, Dream Halls and then cast Opportunity. So, drawing a blue card was not bad. If I draw another blue card, then I can Show and Tell an Opportunity. And then we're hoping they don't have Disenchant. Although it looks like they're going to flip, yeah. They're going to tap out of Disenchant. I like that. I think any draw except for a tap land is good here, because even a black card, then I can Show and Tell Dream Halls and Infernal Contract. Any blue card, I can Show and Tell Dream Halls Opportunity. Any untapped land, I can just cast Dream Halls and Opportunity. That works for me. It does suck that I have to pitch an Opportunity. Put the Dream Halls in, and the fun begins. Oh yeah. Okay. Now we're gaming. I'm an Infernal Contract. Yep, we're doing it. Time stretch. Let's... Well... I think I'm actually going to cast Sleight of Hand. See if I can find a different black card. I wouldn't mind keeping Hypnox. Yep, there's Infest. Now we have 2 extra turns and an 8/8 flyer. We're still playing here. If we draw a black card here, we win. That also works. Cast that one. And get him down to -1. We have another extra turn. We did it. We did the thing. Just in time, too. We still gotta win a game 3, though. Oh, man. Alright, alright. Resubmit. Let's go. And Sleight of Hand. I mean, I'm gonna keep it. It probably loses, but it's probably got about the same win rate as mulliganing against a discard deck. Alright, we don't get turn 1 dressed. That's huge. That is huge. And we draw land. Also huge. Let's Sleight. Problem with this is if we find Dream Halls, we gotta take it. Yet another Show and Tell and an Opportunity. Well, we've it's Full House or Full House? I guess technically I should have taken Show and Tell, but mostly it doesn't matter. Card's Verdict. Alright, Opportunity. Opportunity. Okay. This Diabolic Vision scares me. We could definitely lose simply by casting this card. Here we go. I'm gonna take Scary, and then we're gonna draw into Diabolic Vision. And yeah, I mean, this is kind of scary. Kind of scary. You did it. You made the joke. Omar's Cavern, sure. Seal of Cleansing. Well, that one's pretty tough. Diabolic Vision. So Show and Tell Hypnox is like that's our play. That is our play. So let's take Temple, and then put Show and Tell, land, Hypnox on top. Our backup plan is Opportunity. They have a land and 4 unknowns in their hand. We don't care about that card. Basically just the 2/2. Okay. Comes my Hypnox. Player cast enchantment, counter it. Alright. Pretty hateful. Did not know this card existed. Immediate Swords. Immediate Swords. 2 for 6. At least I don't have to sack the Temple. Cast Opportunity. They're not discarding us, they only have 1 card. I mean, I think we're still losing, but still playing. That's for sure. We want more Hypnoxes. What is this? Oh. Okay. I think this, like, full stop doesn't matter. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're getting close to casting time stretch. Infest, I'm gonna hold. Could of course get discarded, but they play a hippie. Really want to be able to kill that. Or that. That I will kill before it flips. Death Wish. Now that's interesting. Death Wish gets probably Arcanis. Then we can show and tell it in, and then we could even bounce it. I don't know if we can do all that on the same turn, though. Show and tell. No, we can't. Do I still want to do it? Can't get an enchantment. I think I wait. I think it's pretty important to be able to bounce it. Especially because Duress can't take it. Yep. Dream Halls is interesting, too. They can show and tell it in, and then they blow it up with Seal. 3, 4, 5. Alright, if I want to be able to bounce Canis, I gotta show and tell it. Maybe I'm still supposed to Dream Halls here. I can Dream Halls, time stretch. No, I'm still just gonna Arcanis. It gets super wonky playing Dream Halls. Okay, Arena gets in. Sure. I don't know. Duress. That's fine. They take the show and tell. Casting Dark Rit. Casting a hippie. 1 card in hand? You gonna let me untap with this? Wow. Alright, I'm gonna draw 3. Going to recoil Presence. You can either discard that or whatever unknown card is in their hand. Play a land. Play Dream Halls. They are going to kill it in response. Want an opportunity or time stretch? And also Death Wish. I think I want a time stretch. I'm going to get multiple turns with Arcanis. So Dream Halls. 2 extra turns. Draw 3. Let's slide a hand. Take a land. Go Limdol's Vault. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Change this. Change this. Change this. There's Dream Halls. So, put Dream Halls on top. Recoil the hippie. Discard the hippie. Go to our next turn. Draw 3. Play Dream Halls. So I'll do Sorcery Speed first. Time Stretch. Get rid of Limb Duels. I meant to get rid of Dream Halls. They do have a Disenchant. Well, oh no! I didn't mean to pitch Dream Halls. That seriously complicates things. I have 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have enough to cast Hypnox, I think. Need 3 black. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Draw 3. Alright, play a swamp. 6, 10, 11. Play this thing. Take our next turn. Show and tell. Another one. Attack. Recoil. Your arena, so you only have 1 draw. And then we can just have 6. Enlightened Tutor. Oof. Well, that was close. We don't have much time. I had to answer a couple texts during this. And then obviously talking out the lines and being new to the deck and things getting super grindy, but we got there. 1-1. See you around 3. Hey everyone, thanks for making it this far. Just wanted to thank everybody, and if you're looking for more, show you where you can find that. If you go to the description below, you can find all of my links. If you go further down in the comments, you can also find my links to bring you to my Patreon, various tiers for Discord access, early access, sideboard guides, donation decks, coaching sessions. You can also check out the podcast within those links, as well as my Twitch, where I do most of my content. You can see the commands that you can use in the chat. Let's say you do dono. You're wondering how to get a link, how to do it. Tells you right here. And the members Discord is within the Storm, MTG Storm community. And of course, it's always going to help if you hit the like and subscribe. So thanks again. Keep storming, y'all. All right, we're back against MagicMorris. We're on the play. And I think we'll keep this hand. They also keep on 7. We're just going to lead on this Scary. And we're looking to Limdual's Vault into a Show and Tell. Another just 3 Dark Ritual decks in a row. Yeah, this is the same matchup as round 1. No, the other one was Clerics. This one is Zombies. A little more aggressive. That's okay. Blue card is not bad. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold it. And we'll end step this Limduals. Really need to dodge a Duress here. Unholy Strength. Love it. It's pretty sweet. Getting in for 6. And that's it. Nice. Alright, Limduals. No Show and Tell. No Show and Tell. Those are Show and Tells. Into some goodies as well. Okay, we'll put all these on the bottom. And game time. Get Dream Halls in. Sinister Strength. Oh, looks like it is the same deck. Is this the same opponent? I hope not. It's not the end of the world to have a rematch, but I don't think it is the same opponent. Alright, let's draw 4. We know we get a Time Stretch at least. Actually, we know all the cards. Time Stretch, Show and Tell, Death Wish. Let's stretch. A little bit risky to Infernal Contract. Go to 5. Oh, this thing's a 7-4 now as well. 7, 8, 9. We could lose to like an Unholy Strength or something, so I think I'm actually supposed to. Supposed to Infernal Contract. Another Time Stretch. Yeah, I think we go for Hypnox. And now we have 2 turns to hit a blue card. Take our extra turn here. Opponent says they played Dream Halls. They've never seen a Demir version. Interesting. It said don't whiff. Well, considering I knew all 4 cards from Limdual's Vault, I think I would have shuffled away a Show and Tell if there were a bunch of dead cards after it. Alright, we got there on the blue card. Sweet. Alright, once again, I don't think I want Duress. I'd rather have Recoil. The fact they're blue and black is really nice, and bounce, make them discard is going to be better than Duress. Infest is obviously great. I think you need more of this card in this deck. I'd love to have access to 1 in the main, and at least 2 more on the board, or at least 1 more on the board. I think 2 would probably be better. And I could play the Rushing River. Nah. We'll just run it. Alright, some sleight of hands, a recoil, land drops. This is fine. I think we've played against Turn 1 Dark Ritual every single game. All 3 of these matches. No. Definitely most of them. Double Dark Rit. Alright. Well, they're making up for the possible game that we didn't see it. That's a hippie. Dothy. If I can take 1 hit, I can recoil the hippie next turn. Lay out the Scary. Duress follow-up. Well, this is a hand. I don't understand my opponent. He said, you know you're just dying, so Sherry deck list? Question mark? I don't even understand. Like, what does that even mean? It's game 2. And we're up a game. Not loving this. There's multiple cards I need to find. I think I need to cast this Diabolic Vision, and then probably follow up with a Sleight of Hand. There's the Dream Halls. There's Infest even, huh? Yeah, these are really good. Want Swamp. Then guess I'm casting Slight. Taking a Slight. And then I'm taking a Dream Halls, getting rid of Island, drawing into Infest. And then I put Slight underneath. Alright. Infest, Island, Dream Halls. And Swamp is the most important card in our hand. Dream Hall is second most important. But I think we needed to clear that island away and keep things moving. I guess technically I don't want my island to get hit either. want them to hit Slight or Time Stretch. Oh my god! Yeah, I think that means we lose. Guess I could find a black source, Slight into Slight, and potentially get them next turn. Alright, we did find it. Now we're on a 50-50 to get wrecked. If they hit Time Stretch, we have a good chance of winning. If they hit Island, we can still draw land. If we hit Dream Halls, well, we can still wipe their board. Okay, best case scenario. We deserve after worst case scenario, and they drop another dude. You love to see it. You just love to see it. Poof. Nice little 4-for-1. We could trash talk them back. They only like semi-trash talk, right? Like asking for a deck list is the opposite of trash talking. So it's definitely not ill-willed. We'll say. Oh. Okay. I mean, recoil is not a bad draw. Like, it's just decent in general. And then it's also good for my Dream Halls. And they got nothing going. Oh man, give me an opportunity. Or an 8-8. Give me something. It's not something. That is not something. In fact, I might let them cast the threat. But we are live to a lot of draws here. Now, if they have like 2-3 drops, they can pitch one to play the other. And they certainly know how Dream Halls works, because they said they play Dream Halls. Yep, they pitch a Phyrexian Arena for a hippie. If we miss, we can recoil it. We did not. Well, interesting. I mean, this opponent is the king of typing sentences that just don't, like, fully make sense. Is this like a league, or you guys just love Premodern? Who is you guys? Two of you playing this game. Oh, this is not my opponent. Alright, I'm gonna pass and recoil this hippie. It doesn't feel great, but time stretching feels worse. Hopefully they go, like, land Duress. Because then we can actually get rid of this thing. Oh, that's good for us, too. Alright, let's recoil that bitch. I can't replay it, because they're only gonna have one card. It was a swamp. Alright, so now they just have hippie in hand. Any opportunities? Well, it's not an opportunity. It could hit 2 lands and we're screwed. Could hit only black cards, which is not good. Still think I'm not supposed to time stretch. Bangarang. Also think I'm not supposed to pitch time stretch. Alright, we found a Hypnox. We show and tell it. That gets pretty weird. It's time stretch. And I guess we'll play a land. Whoopie's asking about the channel. Now they're AFK, so they're probably checking out the channel. No, they're just talking to this spectator. Terrible draw. I will play it. Need to find a black card. 2, 4, 6. Certainly pretty far away from casting Hypnox. Find a black card is an easy win. Wait, did I pitch show and tell when I could have pitched Dream Halls? Or did we draw? Yeah. Or did I draw Dream Halls? I think I brain farted. That's gonna do it. I mean, it's not 100% over yet. Don't have an extra turn. We do get to hit their hippie. If they play a Dothy Horror, then we put them to 12. They put us to 2. We put them to 4. I mean, the game is not over, but I guess they didn't want to play anymore. We take those. 2 and 1. See you in round 4. Alright, we're back for round 4. This hand is pretty good. I think we bet on the draw. Maybe every match? Definitely a lot. Alright, let's open on Duress. Double Frantic Pedal Pedal. Huh. Underground River. Alright, let's take one of the Frantics. It's almost tempting to leave them with Frantic, because they do go down a card when they cast it, but Pedal is not a very exciting take either. Yeah, I'll play the Scary. Wonder what they're playing. Oh, that's an Impulse. The Underground River. Let's go Diabolic Vision. Could show and tell a Hypnox. We can just take show and tell. Slight into Limb Duels. Upkeep Limb Duels. Misses. Upkeep Limb Duels could win if I find exactly Ancient Tomb and show and Ancient Tomb and Dream Halls. And also just take Scary. Take Scary, and then draw into Limb Duels, and I'm gonna Slight for Show and Tell. Play out the Scary. It'll take us one more turn. Not really doing anything. We can end step a Limb Duels. We could end step an Opportunity if we wanted to. Is it Cunning Wish? So is it just Iggy Pop with Frantic? This is how, like, really old builds... Oh. Interesting. So this could be Necro, or it's just, like, a Hunting Pack Storm variant that's, like, playing main deck Duresses. This card's Impulse and Cunning Wish. They need to find 2 mana somewhere to get Hunting Pack going. Frantic again. But Snap and Mental Note. Cast a Sleight of Hand. Looks like they're fizzling. They are not. 5, 6. Alright, that's a lot of 4/4s. Cool. We probably have this beat, honestly. Alright, there's Dream Halls. Are the other cards good enough? We're probably hard casting Dream Halls. Yeah, this is good. Doesn't really matter. We'll put Dream Halls on top. You get your 4/4s. And I get to live the dream. Start with Opportunity. Into Opportunity. Into Time Stretch. Time Stretch. 8/8 flyer. Take 4 extra turns. Yep. Well, sometimes it just works out. Sometimes you do the thing. Fully. That was real nice. Alright, little Storm Skis, huh? I don't love Energy Field. If they're playing Duress, it's really not the best. I think Parallax Nexus is just pretty bad. But it could give us the time that we need. I don't think I want it as opposed to any of the other cards in my deck, though. I should probably play a Recoil in case they're playing... No. No, I'm just going to send it. Yeah, send is fine. They mulliganed. Keep on 6, play an Island. That's a lot of those. Lead on Duress. I'm going to take LED. It's definitely the best card in their hand. Frantic, I'm not too worried about. Alright, let's go for Vision. I want Island. I want to draw into Slight. And when I cast Slight, I want to get rid of Limb Duel's Vault. And take Infernal Contract. Sure. Alright, they drew an Impulse. An Island. Alright, let's play the Island out and cast this Slight. Pick up the Infernal Contract. Go for another Vision. I don't have Show and Tell or Dream Halls. Or enough mana. Yeah. Let's do that. This is pretty terrible. I'll take the fetch. And you need Opportunity and Hypnox in my hand at some point. I do have Infernal Contract. I guess I want Hypnox. Sure. Then I can cast... I can just cast Infernal Contract. Alright, they found a Cunning Wish. Gonna get Hunting Pack. We might be too slow this time for this. We're going for it. If we don't die this turn, I like my odds. Play to hand. After getting rid of Gemstone Mine and Polluted Delta. And then they're gonna Duress us. Okay. It's gonna be a while before they pop off. I think it was too early to go off, or attempt to. In my opinion, I think they should have gotten more cards in their hand. But, I don't know. We've been casting a lot of cantrips, so we could very easily untap and kill them. So I could see feeling the pressure. So they have Petal and Hunting Pack. I guess I could have Limb Duels to, like, find Duress. I think it's 4 cards up to 8 cards. I think I just want to end step a Limb Duels. Even just showing telling a Hypnox is probably good enough from here. So maybe I find a pile that has, like, Duress and Show and Tell. And the rest doesn't matter because I have Polluted Delta. Merchant Scroll. For what? Frantic? Impulse. Okay. Limb Duel time. 1 away from Dream Halls. Yeah, I'm gonna pay. It's close though. Yeah, Dream Halls and a land, or Dream Halls Show and Tell. Alright, we'll just do this. Contract on the bottom. I want to draw Show and Tell. Let's say it gets Duressed. Then I want to draw land into Dream Halls. But if it doesn't get Duressed, I want to draw Dream Halls. I can always re-limb duels, I guess. So let's put Show and Tell on top. And pass. They're going to look for Duress with Impulse, I would imagine. Or I guess if they drew Petal or Cabal Writ, they could Impulse for the other. There are sequences to make 4/4s here. That's not one of them. Alright. You know what? I should have stacked land in Dream Halls, which is better. It would have played around Duress. Oops. Still gonna go for it. I know there's an Infernal Contract. There's also a land. I think I fetch here. Swamp in case we find Duress. I will pitch Limdul's Vault. Play Underground River. And Hypnox is kind of enough on its own. Because it's going to discard their hand. And then we're going to take 2 turns and hit them for 16, and they have 1 draw. So yeah, we smashed them. Well, we're 3-1. See you in the final round. Okay, final round, and it wouldn't be a Premodern video without Heckman87. And once again, we're on the draw. Hand is kind of clunky. I'm going to mulligan. Like, it is a lands and spells, but it didn't have Dream Halls, didn't have Show and Tell. One's a little better. Bottom time stretch. Alright, we both mulliganed once. On the draw, once again. Against another Duress deck. 4 out of 5 Duress decks. Oh, yeah, he takes the Dream Halls. Alright, let's cast this Slight. Oof. That hurts. Well, if I find a black source... Like, Dream Halls is not a bad card to get here. It was, after all, what they just Duressed. But we do need lands. If I'm gonna miss, I guess Show and Tell isn't, like, the worst. And given that we now see an island, so this is probably, like, Psychotog. Duress is actually a decent draw. Oh. This could be Iggy Pop. No, they wouldn't be playing Duress, but it could be some sort of Blue-Black Storm. Could be a number of things, honestly. This was not on my bingo card. When the creature deals combat damage to a player, you may put target creature card from that player's graveyard on the battlefield under your control. Alright. Just Reanimator. Yeah, we're just gonna miss on lands all day. I guess we're not 100% dead. Pretty close, though. We have to draw some sort of soul land and then Show and Tell. Or Show and Tell into soul land. It's gotta be at least a regular land, yep. Okay. Like, we draw another land and a Show and Tell. But I think this draw needs to be one of those. Sleight of Hand could find one of them. Alright. I guess soul land until... Okay, so now we're just a land drop away. Careful Study. That's scary. Uh-oh. Chroma. Reanimate. Yeah, we're dead. Well, we were 1 draw away. Or are we gonna get there? We were not. Okay, so we were many draws away. This is many, many, many. Plain old Reanimator. His recoil is pretty good. Duress is not bad, though. We are kind of diluting our deck by playing recoil. Trim, Limb Duels, Death Wish, and Infernal Contract. Yeah, I guess we'll keep... I mean, recoil is a bit awkward, now that I think of it. Maybe I shouldn't even be playing it, because they get to discard it, right? Whereas, like, bounce spells, normal bounce spells are better, because putting the monster back to their hand is definitely more powerful than letting them discard it. I don't even think I'm supposed to lead on Slight. If I find something I want, they can Duress it. Then I have fewer of them in my deck. I'll cast it next turn, though, because I could find Duress. Having said that, if Slight finds Slight, then... Like, I could have found Slight with this first Slight, and then dug deeper for Duress. Maybe it was just better to cast it. Show and Tell. Tell's good. I am scared, though. Do I target creature? Phantom Nishoba? It's like they're coming in hot here. They're at 12? Ooh. That was a draw. Interesting. Put in Dream Halls. Damn, they got that thing? That's brutal. So I can Death Wish. for Rush of Knowledge and draw 5. You can also Rushing River bounce these, but I don't think that's good enough. Hypnox, but then they can just kill it. Yeah. Go for Death Wish. Rush of Knowledge. Come on, deck. Don't fail me now. Deck did not fail me. Oh boy. That was really good. Go Diabolic Vision. Oh yeah. Take Opportunity. Any order. Draw into them. Cast one of these. Hit your hand. I could have recoiled first. It doesn't matter. I can cast recoil next turn. Take 2 extra turns. And cast a second Hypnox. And then we can recoil the Neshoba. If they can't, or they can't block. And Neshoba doesn't have reach. Just recoil this thing. Recoil the thing with flying. And getcha. We've got another turn even too. That was sweet. I'll run it back. Yeah, this is a pretty good hand. And they mulliganed. And they mulliganed game 1 to 6 and last game to 5 and still made monsters very quickly, so deck is pretty consistent. We don't have any hate for it. Just kind of a race. They're certainly faster. We got lucky that we draw Dream Halls or Show and Tell. One or the other. I think we spiked the Dream Halls. Yep, there's the Exhume. Getting in with haste is, and having Pro Black? Problematic. Paying life is not free. I'm gonna double Slight. So bad. Double land is so bad. I guess I take Island. Oh my god, 4 lands on the top? I guess I take Temple and play it. And if I rip Dream Halls, I can cast it. Oh man, I think we're dead. Opportunity. Guess I gotta go for Intent here. Or Vision. It's gotta have Dream Halls. Does not have Dream Halls. And Recoil can't answer a Chroma. I'm gonna go to 1, so Limdual's Vault isn't gonna do anything if I, like, upkeep it. I guess technically that's not true. You can take Show and Tell. Any order. And then if the 5th card there is Dream Halls, we have a chance. Go to 1. Limdual's on the stack. I'm gonna pay the life. There's the Dream Halls. Do we even get to order them? Alright, they got us. Okay, so, I mean, we wound up at 3-2 despite being against 4 Duress decks, 3 of which were Dark Ritual Duress decks. In fact, we did pretty well in those matchups. Reanimator, you'd have to have some hate. On average, we're going to lose basically the way that we just lost. But yeah, they're just so fast, and they have Duress. It's pretty brutal. But holy shnikes, is this deck fun. Dream Halls is a really fun card. The multicolored cards were pretty good. It is really good for Dream Halls. Death Wish was actually pretty good. It was not bad. Something tells me Arcanis is just the thing to do, though. I'd imagine that's what Mono Blue does, right? I've never really seen a Mono Blue list, but Time Stretch Arcanis is gonna win. Arcanis is also much better with Show and Tell. It's also much more castable, or it's reasonably castable. I do think I would trim a Limdual's Vault. I think, like, every deck playing this card is playing 4, and it's... I mean, maybe this deck can't really afford 2, because you really do want the blue-black cards. And maybe there's some more that we could play. Like, Recoil felt pretty good. Obviously, it wasn't great at the end there, but just the fact that it's blue and black is really big game. I don't hate Infernal Contract, and Death Wish did feel very good, but I do think Arcanis would be better if you're just looking to make the best deck. I think Phil said that the Death Wish is like a test anyways. Like Death Wish was mostly used to filter a black card into Rush of Knowledge. Like the fact that Death Wish and a Duress can turn into a draw 5 is very good. And again, I think Infest is really good. Just full stop. The card is good. Although I will say, we have some natural resiliency to Meddling Mage. They name Show and Tell you can cast Dream Halls. They name Dream Halls you can Show and Tell the Dream Halls in. What if they name Hypnox? I guess you can always Death Wish Recoil. Or Rushing River. So yeah, we got some game. So I guess Infest probably isn't as important. But I think the matchups it's good against, like you want more than one in your sideboard. We didn't play against red, so I don't know how Energy Field like plays out. But that's part of the downside of Death Wish, right? Your sideboard's smaller. This deck could use some graveyard hate. I would imagine it does want something to be able to beat red. And then at the same time, you probably want some more infests. But, I don't know. Those are some kind of scattered thoughts. We didn't really get to play matchups where, well, I guess we did play against the Storm deck. Like, I probably should have brought this card in. I just don't have much faith in it. Like, I think it's the usual mode would be hit 3 cards of their choosing for 2 turns and then go off before this goes off. Or if you need just 1 more turn, you can hit 4 cards. But I don't know. It doesn't seem solid. Maybe I'm missing something. And again, I think Persecute is pretty bad. We didn't run into Mana Severance being useful. It is entirely possible this card is not necessary. Like, if you have the additional resources to pitch and cast Death Wish, like you're pitching a black card, and then you're pitching a blue card to Mana Severance so that you have no land, so that your draw 4s draw gas. But odds are, if you have all those cards to pitch, you're probably more interested in just drawing 5 and using the cards that you have. Like, any amount of resources that would make this card pop off already has the resources to pop off, I think. I don't know. I'd have to play more. The mana base felt fine. We didn't see Ancient Tomb once. Did we? Maybe at some point, like later on in some of the games, but we didn't really get to put it to use. I wouldn't mind trying a build that had more Ancient Tombs and played Petals. The problem is you gotta basically replace like Slight or Duress. I think it would be too inconsistent, actually. You can make things faster, but just really inconsistent. Yeah, I think generally speaking, it's a pretty solid build, with the exception of I do think Arcanis would just make the deck better. And Death Wish is probably, you probably don't have room for it in addition to Arcanis. That's all I got. Again, Phil, thank you so much. This deck is sick. You've been sending in some really awesome dono decks, so I appreciate that. And again, if you want to see your pre-modern deck played on the channel, let me know. There are links in the description, or you can make a donation. You can send me the list. And don't forget to check out my stream, Thursday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. EST. Except this weekend I'll be going to NYSE, so I'll be kind of off and on with the stream. See you all in the next pre-modern video. Peace.